So touchdown segment, again, we want to throw out a comment for achievement or some type of, yeah, basically achievement. So I thought that was interesting. I wanted to put the whole LSU team here. They have all agreed to register to vote in order to make change in society. Um, Obviously, it is very beneficial for people to be knowledgeable when they vote. LSU, I don't believe, stated that they're going to vote one way or another. Just being registered to vote and vote your conscience is enough for me. I don't think that people should be forced to vote one way or another. Again, I don't believe that there's a good and bad side in politics when you're talking Democratic, Republican side. I see two bad sides that you're trying to figure out which one is less worse. And at this point, I'm not even playing that game anymore because I'm not going to, well, I'm not even going to comment on that. But again, give me a candidate that's worth voting for is my stance on it. But in a fashion to make change and feel like they're making change in society, they have all registered to vote, which I'm all for. So big props to LSU team for them, at least having a conversation on what solutions are out there and what they could do to make change in their community. So King of the Game segment, I wanted to give a big shout out to Trevor Lawrence. So Trevor Lawrence is at least right now, the consensus number one overall pick for the NFL 2021 draft. He is the prototypical quarterback that everyone's looking for. He is the quarterback that they were saying if he came out his freshman year after he won the national championship, he would have been the number one overall pick. This Trevor Lawrence, so he spoke out on racial injustice, and it is important that I give him his credit for doing this because he didn't need to. But it is always nice to see, at least as someone that is black, somebody across the aisle, somebody like Trevor Lawrence who is white and who is, at the pinnacle of his sport at college football, who's playing the quarterback position, speaking out and supporting the movement. So here's what Trevor Lawrence put on Twitter. So again, I'll read this out, the whole thing. So there has to be a shift in the way of thinking. Rational must outweigh irrational. Justice must outweigh injustice. Love must outweigh hate. If you put yourself in someone else's shoes and you don't like how it feels, that's when you know something needs to change. I'm siding with my brothers that deal and continuously deal with things that I will never experience. The injustice is clear, and so is the hate. It can no longer be explained away. If you are still explaining it, check your heart and ask why. And that was enough for me to be like, you know what? Trevor Lawrence is the real deal. This is the type of leadership where a team will circle around you, especially the black players, when you are coming out with something like this. Again, Trevor Lawrence, now I don't know if he means this. Based on what he wrote, I think he does mean it, but I'll never know that. But again, he's stating, it's, where does he say it? Basically talking about, he won't know what it feels like to have things that will never happen to him happen to other people. So again, Trevor Lawrence speaking out on racial injustice. Big credit to Trevor Lawrence. He earns King of the Game, as well as some of the other. Again, I want to call out again all the most of the black players are coming out. I definitely support them as well, obviously, and I give them the same amount of credit. But to have white quarterbacks at prominent schools step up, that also sends a big message because the black community, we only could do so much, and we need more support. And to have players like this come out, again, it brings more support to the cause. So I'm not saying it as if these guys get more credit than everyone else. I just want to give them credit for speaking out because it's so easy for these players not to speak out and not say anything. So again, I want to give them credit as well as credit to anyone else who has spoken out. And there's been a lot of players and a lot of schools that have spoken out on racial injustice at this time. And again, I appreciate their stances on where it's at, as well as their timing, because Trevor Lawrence actually had a statement ready before Dabo Swinney. That says a lot to me. So Dabo Sweeney, I mean, it took him so long to create it. You would think he had a PR team help him put something together. Trevor Lawrence put it on Twitter. He might have a PR team working with him, but I mean, he put it on Twitter fairly fast. And, again, I appreciate that. Other quarterbacks that stood up were UNC quarterback Sam Howell, Texas quarterback Sam Ehlinger, and North Dakota State quarterback Trey Lance participated in a protest in Fargo, North Dakota. So, again, credit to them for also standing up for racial injustice. But king of the game is to everybody who's standing up and not being silent. Silence is not going to help us at this time. We need to have conversation. We need to bring awareness to these things. So again, credit to everyone that are fighting for a cause. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.